Hey everybody! So, today we are going to be delving into a new ish tabletop system. I mean, I know I've played this before, but it's been years.
Yeah, it's been years. It's oh, why is my mic not? Oh shit.
My guy, it's Scuff. We're dealing with it.
Testing one, two. What is?
I can
It's
hear
not going.
I can hear
Wait,
you just
it's
fine.
not going on my fucking.
Uh, check your audio inputs. Oh boy. Um,
This still have to work. So anyway, hello and welcome everyone. It is your favorite Sign of the Stars Nevomancer at your service. I'm my friend Sam.
hi everybody. And today we are actually going to dip our toes, as it were, into a somewhat new tabletop system by the name of Lancer. For full disclosure, I will not be putting the details into Roll20 as of right now. Instead, using uh, the CompCon app, which is kind of your D&D Beyond for Lancer,
Yeah,
if that
D&D
makes
Beyond
sense.
or Archives of Nethys if you're a Pathfinder person.
Yep. Which, Noah, I hope you're actually okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
So,
also going to go on my end as well. So you can sort of get two different perspectives here. There's also the Roll20 thing here that I'll be showing. I have built. Yeah, no.
I assume the Roll20 is predominantly for maps and stuff. Like,
Well, Roll20, you do have access to your character sheet stuff. You do have access to character sheet stuff. So if you want to keep it there, or if you want to track it on your own, that's fine. Um,
I'm probably going to use CompCon just for
yeah,
this. Because, not to mention, the interface is actually really, really cool. But
yeah, it's
anyway, let's
really great.
let's do our create new pilot.
Do you want to click on Pilot Master and create new pilot?
Already there,
Grab
we
our live
will edit our pilot image first, considering that I've got an
Yeah, you have
image
a
already
character in
set.
mind. I'm going to just make a random
Um,
Jules Kofler call
so,
sign.
full
Oh,
name or primary alias, we will go with Brooke
I'm going to make the background the criminal.
Sindrell. Call sign. Is that predominantly for the mech?
Call sign is for what you are called while in combat. Your mech has its own name.
Okay. So for call sign, I think we're just gonna go with a general thing for the character by the name of Harvester. It would help if I could spell that. Uh, Harvester, and then background.
All right. So,
I do have.
call sign, like I said, your character name is what your character's name is. Your actual, what you're called. Your call sign is what you're called out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And then your background, that's where things will start to get a little bit more mechanical. So with your background, how that functions is whenever you're rolling something, you can invoke your background to give you +1 accuracy. What's +1 accuracy, you ask? +1 accuracy is where you get to roll an additional d6 on top of whatever you're rolling,
And
and
then you add
you add
the.
that to the roll. You can
Okay.
get multiple sources of accuracy. You can get multiple rolls of accuracy. However, when you have multiple dice of accuracy, you roll all of them, but you only take the highest one, and you can only ever have a total of +3 at.
Okay. So, since
And
I've actually got the backgrounds from the compendium here, we have celebrity, which is kind of self-explanatory. Colonist, which is frontier, I think. Criminal, which that's what.
okay, so I can explain. Lancer is a game that believes in a that believes uh what is believes in a better world, has achieved it, and is trying to get it further. Um, so let me take a look at the because
Well.
they also have a free third-party license. There's a whole thing about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Okay. So the
Considering
thing
that
is,
this will tie back into the core tenets that you showed me.
yeah, I'm gonna also bring those up as well. So with Total Style, so Lancer believes in a future where a better world is possible, has been achieved, and is expanding. That's their like primary thing with the tone. I'm gonna be even using their setting. Um, so a bit of backstory, a bit of lore is that way in the past, right? Because this game takes place way in the future. This game takes place more than 5,000 years in the future because it's 5,000 something AU. Yes, AU, which is after the creation of human.
All
Um,
right.
so way in the past, considered in the game, you were starting to see the effects that humanity had on the world, the negative effects that humanity was having on the world. Climate death, nuclear war, uh, people hoarding shit, and so you had these things called the not life plus. I can't remember what they were. Basically, arcs, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Noah's Ark, but really fucking huge. And then they sent them out into space. They sent 10 of these things out into space, and they had sub-light speed
Yeah.
because the technology for near light travel wasn't there yet, or specifically, it wasn't known. See, there are these things called the massive vaults. Get it? Massive press, massive vaults.
Yep.
Um, the massive vaults have a lot of things in them that people found, such as schematics and designs for near light travel. This was after a 1,000 was it 1,000 or 5,000? No,
Regardless, this was after a
there
period
was
of time.
multi 1,000 plus long 1,000 plus year long dark age after humanity's fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you had this dark age, and then imagine Horizon Zero Dawn, right? That's what happened after the. That's what the Dark Age was. This is after millions of people or billions of people had died. This is like pockets of civilization were existing. We basically got reset back to the Dark Age, and new kingdoms, empires, and all that other stuff started all over again. And they started to um, eventually Union was formed, right? Because they didn't want another
They effectively didn't.
apocalypse to
They
happen.
they didn't want history to actually repeat itself.
They didn't want another apocalypse to happen. So
Yep.
Union was created, and it was created with the three or about uh, the three pillars in mind. Pillar number one: all shall have their material needs fulfilled. Pillar number two: No wall shall stand between worlds. Pillar number 3. No human shall be held in bondage, force, labor, or debt. These are their foundational tenets, the things that they live by.
And this is
Now,
just humans, correct? Or does this apply to?
correct. This is just human.
Okay.
And that's another thing. Yes, there was another alien. There was an alien race that humanity met. Um, but with a certain Genghis Mark One mech and a variety of other things, they didn't last long.
Thanks, Hammond and Armory.
That was before Harrison even existed. But like, yeah, they
Regardless, we'll get into the whole.
we'll get into that more later. Now are these 3 pillars founded everywhere? Or are they discovered and followed everywhere? Absolutely not. Utopia exists, and this is, as opposed to many other fictional stories where you're fighting to get Utopia. Utopia has been achieved. Now, what happens afterwards is the need to defend it, the need to expand the Utopia, to give others the same level of.
To give others the same opportunity that you have.
Yes, to let others be able to live under the 3 pillars. Let them use those 3 pillars.
Now, whether or not that actually works is a different story.
And there's a lot of other things we can get into, like the manufacturers and their whole shtick.
Which we're probably going to get there, considering I still have to pick a frame to use.
Yeah, I'll just cut the long and short of it. IPSN, Interplanetary Systems North Star, is effectively their Corpo cops. They are corpos with Corpo cops.
Well,
piracy that usually happens. Usually, when piracy happens within the system, or within the galaxy rather, it's because people do not have the material needs. Do not have the materials that they need. They don't have the things that they need, so they turn to piracy to go steal it. IPSN doesn't like that. IPSN also, by the way, holds 30% of the of all trade. Like they have 30% of
right
of all trade within the galaxy, or at least.
I hate to table that discussion, but we should table that when we're actually when we're actually doing a frame for her, and let's actually get back to the character itself. Which in this case is the pilot backgrounds. So we've got celebrity, which makes sense, colonist, which we went over, criminal, which again is kind of self-explanatory, Farfield team or FFT. Can you explain that a little bit?
Basically, you're working on the diasporan worlds, the worlds that don't really have the 3 pillars.
Okay. Okay. So then we've got hacker, mechanic, hang on. What's the difference between hacker and criminal here? Is it literally just a case of one hasn't been caught yet?
No, hacker is more so that it's digital crimes, where a criminal is more like a pirate. A criminal could be like a pirate or a bandit, someone like that.
Yeah. Okay. Mechanic, which makes sense. Medic, makes sense. Mercenary, which is one of the ones that I'm personally leaning towards. There's a couple, and you've already gotten the gist of the quote-unquote pre-lore from what I've told you. NHP specialist?
That's someone who works with non-human persons.
So in other words,
imagine
aliens?
AI but demigods. No, non-human persons are. Oh yeah, a long time ago. Also, I forgot to mention with the whole Ra thing. people started doing a lot of things with tech and with letting tech get just really wild and paracausal to the point where a god just exists now. An AI god exists, and they fucked up humanity real bad for a little while.
Well,
And basically said, "Yeah, just I'm gonna give you two rules: don't study me directly, and don't try to transcend your human limits via technology." And then you promptly fucked off.
if I wasn't afraid of AI before, I certainly am now. Just trying to make the joke. Noble, which makes sense. Outlaw, penal colonist, which
That's a criminal who's caught.
yeah, that's literally a
Priest.
criminal who's got priest. Is that tied back to NHP, or can that just be a general priest?
Anything, really.
Okay.
We got
Scientist, which that could also tie back to NHP. Soldier, Spaceborne, Spec Ops. Super Soldier is actually another one that I was kind of leaning towards, considering what you know about her story.
There's also Starship.
Starship. So, for the rest of the audience who probably does not know the gist of the pre-lore, Brooke was effectively, I don't want to say recruited because Horus is a little weird. Like, you don't go to Horus comes to you. From what I was told. So,
right.
And considering that Horus is also working in the quote unquote gray area, from what I actually read, I'm thinking that we do Super Soldier. The product that she was a part of initially failed. And somebody, whether it be Horus or in the facility that she was a part of, decided to wipe the project, whether it be from public record or just entirely. The problem is they didn't do a very good job. And the reason why they didn't do a very good job is because she still exists. Or at least she exists and she actually kind of remembers what they were trying to do with her.
Okay, yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I think we are going to go with Super Soldier. Or at least former Super Soldier.
Yeah.
Because this will be at least 10 years before the current the current mission, if that makes sense.
That's stuff that happened a while ago.
Yeah, pilot description I don't really need, and pilot biography I don't really need.
Yeah, those little flavor things. So moving on to pilot skill triggers.
Pilot skill triggers. Here we go. I have 4 points remaining.
This is where you get things. This is where you get a bunch of fun. Your skills, right? These are just your in D&D terms. These are your skills. You have things like apply fists to faces,
which is punch.
Yeah, apply fists to faces, which is like a brawl. Assault, which is direct combat.
Can that also tie into apply fist to faces, or is that like a completely separate thing?
Assault is combat. Assault is like actual weapons. Apply fists to faces is like a bar brawl.
Okay.
They're different things.
Okay.
Blowing something up is just using
literally blowing something up.
There's survive, which is survival. There's take control, which is you hijack something.
Can that hijacking? Can that hijacking actually include other mechs?
Yeah, but I don't know if you would want to, because, or I don't know how that would function with like, um,
Well,
well, I mean, I guess you can take control of it to the point where it can't work.
yeah, it's effectively either infiltrating the mech to disable it in some sort of way, or either setting or, well, disabling, causing it to explode, or otherwise getting into the mech past the other pilot to do something that's not exactly the best thing for the
Yeah,
foe in question.
yeah.
Uh,
There's also threaten, which is just intimidation.
yep.
Act unseen or unheard, which is just stealthiness. There's get somewhere quickly, which is, you know,
Get
really
somewhere
fast.
quickly.
There's show off if you want to be like a. I mean, yeah, show off. Do something flashy, cool, or impressive, usually, but not exclusively with your weapon. There's stay cool, which is just like staying cool under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Take someone out, which be an assassin, be a ninja.
She's not
There's
exactly
fix, which allows you to.
quite ninja-like.
Well, I'm saying take someone out is kill or disable someone quickly
Yeah.
and quietly. Hacker fix, which allows you to repair a device or faulty system. Alternatively, hack it wide open or totally wreck, disable, or sabotage it. Invent or create. Invent new devices, tools, or approaches to problems. Investigate. Research a subject or study something in great detail. Patch. Apply medical knowledge to medicate or diagnose. Read a situation. Look for subtext, motives, or threats in a situation or a person.
Effectively insight.
Spot detail. Yeah. Spot details, objects, or people that are hidden. It's perception. Spot perception.
Mm-hmm.
Charm is persuasion. Get a hold of something is acquire temporary or permanent allies, assets, or connections through wealth or social influence. Lead or inspire. Give an inspiring speech, or motivate a group of people into action.
Pull a rank, which.
Pull rank. Get information, resources, or aid from a subordinate. Yeah.
And then word on the street.
Get gossip, news, or hearsay from the streets or social scene.
So,
for example, with the guy that I'm just putting together here,
mm-hmm.
I'm kind of good because the ninja's got to be a survival. He's got act unseen or unheard, get somewhere quickly, and take someone out. He has skills that sort of represent things that he does outside of his mech to just really, that associate him with his gear, his set.
Alright, so for this character in question, considering what she used to be and what she now is, we're definitely going to do 1 point in survive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can have up to 4 skills, correct?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna do. Sorry, I partially cut you off.
Separate categories.
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to do stay cool, because that seems like something she would do. I'm thinking hacker fix.
Okay.
And then I'm honestly thinking take control. But I am open to suggestions if you would like to put a word in.
I can see that. I can see those all working with characters.
Alright. And then custom skill triggers, we're not really worrying about those right now?
Not gonna fuck with those right now.
Okay.
Those are for if certain skills, if the skills don't really fit what you're trying to get. You gotta think of something that's specific that sort of fits your vibe here.
Um, well, we've we've managed to find ourselves with the pilot talents now.
Yes.
Uh,
Now the
we're
pilot talents are there's a lot of them.
we're I'm definitely taking bonded for sure, considering
Yep.
my partner is also in this game, and we're effectively doing a married couple, which
Yes.
I will apologize in advance. Um. So do I just click the unlock? Oh,
Yep.
great.
Just unlock.
Oh, nice.
I'll give him Ace for. Oh no, the Ace.
And I've got
We'll give him Duelist.
two more talents that I can choose
Let's give
from.
him Engineer.
So so we've got Ace, which is effectively a ace pilot. Bonded, which is if you're actually tied to somebody, which is nice. I can only do two other challenges. Well, not two other challenges, two other talents. We've got Brawler, which is punching somebody in the face. Brutal, which is another. It's not particularly a melee centric, but it's one of those. I will definitely hurt you type of things. Crack Shot, which is smart weapons. I assume Crack Shot's more of a ranged trait.
Yeah.
Centimine, which that's more Constitution. Oh wait, hold on. The Bernie's statement of denial, which public reaction, anger, terror to the station's destruction. Corpse of Tartarus Bay was shunted from its stable orbit and directed toward the nearest star. Further data. Dumb spy ungrateful agents indicated the existence of a American intelligence outfit, the Centimine, and the 100 Hands. When your target must. Ooh, this could actually be a good one for me. So if I were to unlock this, I would get 10,000 teeth. One round, when I perform a critical hit with a Nexus, your target must pass a system save or become impaired and slowed until the end of their next turn. That actually does fit the character quite well. Duelist,
Yeah.
Drone Commander is definitely another one. Executioner, Exemplar, Gunslinger, Grease Monkey. Oh, that's right. I actually had. So that's where the Juggernaut came in. Okay. Noah, I will admit your mic's kind of filtering out, so I don't know.
So as a kind of Ace, you're kind of a flying. You're you're good at acrobatic. With Bonded, you're a partner that you work alongside.
Yep.
Brawler is just straight. It's good.
Brawler is effectively punching somebody in the face with a mech.
Brutal is if you're like me and you crit all the fucking time.
Yes.
Brutal is if you're like me and you crit 5 times in a session.
Yes.
With Predator, whenever you crit, you instead of rolling, you just deal maximum possible damage and bonus damage. All of it is just maxed.
Yep. Which is amazing.
Crack shot is.
I assume crack shot's just the ranged counterpart to brutal.
No, because brutal. So with anything, even as long as it's a weapon that you can roll to hit. Crack shot is more steadying your.
Yeah, and this is definitely more of a ranged character trait.
If you want to use Nexus type weapons, yeah. Sentiment is if you want to use Nexus weapons, so like drone type weapons. If you want to use a shotgun and a sword.
It's a case of Sentiment and then drone commander. That could be interesting.
There's also the fact with the with different kinds of weapons, right? There's auxiliary, main, and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Auxiliary is the smaller weapons. They're like daggers, pistols, or whatever. Main would be like a sword or hammer or launcher type thing. And heavy or like that's a big sword.
Big sword, big gun, big power drill.
And then there's the super heavy, which is so heavy that it requires either a super heavy specific slot or it requires a heavy and a main.
Yep. But Grease Monkey, that's more repairs. Which is still useful, but I don't think it would fit with this character. Hacker probably wouldn't fit. Heavy Gunner, no. Hunter? Hunter, maybe?
Or auxiliary melee.
I can fly up to 3 spaces directly toward the targeted character. This movement ignores engagement and does not provoke reactions.
Yeah. So there's Engineer, which is that allows you to make your own weapon. Executioner is if you use those big heavy melees.
Mm-hmm. Exemplar, which is
you're a tank. The tank.
I feel like you're actually doing that for your character to begin with. I'm sorry, it is a very trait to take.
Yeah, of course.
If Rose has not taken that one, I will be surprised.
Grease Monkey, which is more of the Grease Monkey is more of the repairs. Hacker is if you want to use tech attack.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Gunner is just
Heavy Gunner.
You like to use big guns.
Big gun.
Hunter is more about it's more about auxiliary melee.
Yep.
Infiltrator is just going to be a stealthy boy.
Juggernaut is another trait for tank.
It's a trait for tank or for a skirmisher. There's also Leader, which is just you got leader abilities.
Nuclear Cavalier.
If you if you fuck with heat with your mech, this is the thing for you.
Which,
Heat specialist allows
hmm,
you to do there. It's cannon base. Sure, is if you you know you want to hit run, you skirmish. Spotter is just lock on shit. You're really good at lock on. Stormbreaker is another launcher thing.
tactician.
Tactician. Once per round, gain plus one accuracy on any melee attack if at least one character is engaged with the target. You're basically you do everything you can to fuck with them. You hit them. You do anything you can to win, right? You're Batman.
Basically.
Technophile is you have an NHP, and it levels up as you level this up.
Nice.
Vanguard. Do you want to use shotguns? Take Vanguard.
And then
Walking
walking armory.
Because that Walking Armory offers you a variety of different kinds of ammo to use. There's also a few other ones here from other Humber, or not Humber,
Other
other supplement, but we'll
yeah,
go through those later.
like orator, prospector,
So what
ironclast, field analyst. We're not going to worry about those right now because we're just trying to.
I gave him duelist, skirmisher, and infiltrator.
I'm thinking hunter, skirmisher, and then bonded for mine.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because you're the one with more experience, so if I'm doing something that seems a little weird, tell me now.
Hunter?
Yeah, hunter, and then.
Are you using auxiliary melees?
Well, we haven't selected a frame yet, so we could select a frame that actually like does that as a mage deck.
Okay.
And then we've also got skirmisher, which with the integrated cliff launchers at the start of my turn, I gain soft cover. But I lose said cover if I attack or force another character to make a save.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonded because partner.
Hard and soft cover. So cover gives you one difficulty to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you attack someone with cover, hard cover is two difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty and accuracy counteract each other. Moving on from there, are you all good?
I'm fine.
I was asking if you got everything all put in there for your
for
talents.
For talents, yeah. So now I'm on to mech skills.
Okay. Pilot mech skills. These are your stats, basically. These are things that you're so good at that they affect how you pilot your bike. Your hull, which gives you your mech HP and repair capacity. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
HP is how much damage your mech can take. Repair cap is you spend repairs to you spend repairs to heal damage, or you can heal structure damage. Over, I believe it is. Also increases your movement speed.
Right.
So it's for these. It's every. So for the first, right, basically for these, it's as you can see, right. You put 1 point into the thing, and it affects the first 1 or 2 if you're in systems.
I'm
it
just
affects the
making a
first
point.
part of the list at the bottom first, and for every 2 points, it'll affect the list at the bottom.
Okay.
So for systems, there's electronic for e-defense and tech attack, which those are like more hacking combat. Um, there's system points. System points are how much you can put having your systems function. Systems you on the basically how much you want to put on your mech for how many things that you can add on.
Right.
And then engineering, there's heat capacity.
And then your limited
Which
systems
is,
bonus.
Heat capacity allows you to. Yeah. Heat capacity is how much heat your mech can handle. The same things will just build up heat on your mech. And limited systems bonus. See? Bonus. If you have a system that has a limited capacity,
Mm-hmm.
This will allow you to use it more
More
times
than like
than it normally says.
one time.
And that's for all of your limited.
Interesting.
One or two or whatever, right? So for my guy here, since I'm making him more ninja, even in his mech, I'm just gonna bump him up to +2 in agility.
Right. So, with the character that I've actually managed to create, I'm thinking about doing 1 point in agility and then 1 point in hull. So that way, the mech has a little bit more HP if it does get hit, but the goal is to not get hit in the first place.
Okay.
The plan is to be in and out.
But it's harder.
So, looking at the licensing,
It's all registered up.
we've got Bonded 1, Hunter 1, and then Skirmisher 1. We've got Hacker Fixed, Stay Cool, Survive and Take Control. We've got the alias, we've got the background. Looks good. So we will register the new pilot.
And then once you get in, click on it and bump them up to level 1. License level 1.
To level 1.
Which then gives you one additional skill trigger to mess around with. I'm gonna get him.
So I did put that
take someone out
up. Skill triggers. Oh, cool! So you actually can just click on the thing that you need to fix.
Yep.
Neat. So, can I actually put another skill point into something that I already have, or does it have to be something new?
Yes. So now going forward, because you only get one of them, right?
Yeah.
Going forward, you can put your skill points into anything. Even bump it up some. So they go up by +2 every time. So going up from a +2 to a +4 to a +6.
Okay. So I'm actually going to put another point into Take Control. Whether it be dominating a social situation or using my mech. And then you can just exit out of that. So we've got the dossier down here, which is pilot biography, player notes, and pilot appearance, which yata.
Yeah, we'll just gotta. Yeah, you just want to keep clicking forward, because now you get another talent as well.
Oh.
And I'm gonna unlock Ruler.
Oh, talent. Where
He is back an assassin.
tactical profile, talents. Here we go.
Can you?
So same question with talents. Can I
Yes.
invest in something new, or can I just reinforce?
You can invest in it. You can invest in a new one. You can reinforce whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want now. Now you don't have to just spread out. You can just spread out as much as you want, or invest as much as you would for one thing.
I'm actually going to unlock the second level of bonded, so I can get the intercede reaction. So if my bond mate gets into trouble, I can choose to take the damage instead if they're right next to me.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
And then moving on. You get
hang on. I am scrolling and I am figuring stuff out as we go.
You didn't hit continue, did you?
Um.
Dossier, so you didn't get to continue the stuff.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't see the button. I'm sorry.
Oh well. You did.
It gives me a chance to poke around with stuff. Licenses. This is where we actually get to pick the mech in question, yes?
Yeah, but first get your mech skills.
Fair. Mech skills, which I can add another point. Do I want more HP or do I want more speed? Do I want HP or do I want more speed? Well, let's see if my... Yeah, evasion +2 and then speed +1. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Considering what my talents actually are. To the license. Okay. And I'm going to flip over to the compendium tab real quick because now we can get into manufacturers. Starting with GMS, the oldest one alive.
General Massive Systems is just that's the one that exists basically pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That is the universal standard. If it is worse than GMS, it is bad.
And considering that GMS is kind of everywhere,
GMS are not the bad guys.
Yeah, they're
the only manufacturer that don't have anything super shady going.
Well,
they are part of Union.
Here's something that I think we should bring up about this game. All of the mech manufacturers, with the exception of GMS, have probably done something shady at some point.
Have done.
Or are currently doing.
Will have done. Are and will continue to do.
So keep that in mind as you watch us play.
Yep.
So then we've got North Star, which is effectively Corpo Cops.
Corpo Cops, yep. They own 30% of all galactic shipping, which is a lot, considering how big the galaxy is.
Yeah, that's
a lot of shipping.
That's quite a bit. And then we've got SSC, which is kind of the...
Eugenics?
Really?
Did you like eugenics, or... Yeah, they're trying to obtain transhumanism via things that aren't tech, trying to evolve humanity to its fullest. Which is why I say I will allow demi-humans in this setting. I can see SSC making like Mikote or Aura or Viera or some sort of Faunus.
Yeah, SSC are the non-mechanical shit, and then we've got Horus, which is just kind of doing whatever the hell it wants.
They're Gucci. They are Gucci. They are fucking. They're the luxury goods shit. IPSN is the like industrial shipping. SSC is the luxury goods stuff. Also, do you like artificial scarcity?
Because SSC does that.
That's what SSC does.
Oh. And then, of course, they are. Well, they're known for their license exclusivity, appealing silhouette, and attracting design. But the frames tend to be longer lasting in service, with more emphasis on refits and repair than recycling and reproduction, which could be decent depending on what comes to mind. Horus, Horus is fun.
We don't know.
Sorry.
We don't know anything about Horus. Literally, we don't know anything about Horus.
Or at least not as an organization, we don't know anything about Horus.
We know about their mechs. That's about it.
Yep.
Their lore is basically such that it is unknown. Are they cultists of Rod? Are they trying to step away from Rod's control? What are they doing? We don't know. All we know is what they're doing is dangerous. Also, Sam, hover your mouse over the congratulations, pilot.
Ah.
Also flash warning.
I feel like you should have prefaced this with a flash warning, but okay.
I mean, it's only a small thing.
Still, with the character in mind, I don't think Horus is the best idea. Considering she's got history with Horus, and it's not exactly good.
You don't choose whether your mech is a Horus mech or not. One day you just go to print your mech because you use 3D print mechs. One day you go to 3D print your mech, and instead of your normal like metal mark, you now have a fucking Baylor or a Goblin or a Pegasus.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just how it happens.
Congrats, they chose you.
Yeah, you have been chosen. Keep it.
Well, in that case, we might actually be doing a Horus mech for her, and then depending on
you can, or you choose that, or you can choose to not do that. That's up to the player. I mean, even if you have access to them, like, you can like just say, yeah, no, I don't want to do this, and try and 3D print it on a different. I can't guarantee how likely it is to succeed, but you can do it.
I do want to have.
Which is the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I do want to have at least some conflict with the fact that she's technically one of Horus's experiments gone terribly wrong. So it's more just coming to terms with the fact that no, that this is going to stick with you, and you're going to have to deal with it. But anyway, back to Harrison, which, oh boy.
Harrison Armory. Man, I love the smell of war crimes in the morning. Just open up that window, there's the smell of flamethrowers just burning an entire world forest down to the ground.
For very little to no reason.
Looking out and seeing the Enkidu mechs that literally fucking destroy the pilots that are in the mech. Ah, Setcom.
Like I said, all of the corporations have done questionable shit.
Yes.
Arguably, Harrison is probably one of the worst. Just saying.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, and considering what I've told you, and what I've told you, which ones do you think are the best fit? Because I already know that we've got somebody that's taking Tortuga, which I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's Alex, I don't know if it's May or what.
I am the Tortuga. May is the goblin on the Tortuga's back.
Okay.
Siblings. The only role that we don't have right now is artillery, but that doesn't. May is a long-range hacker, so.
Yeah, so we don't necessarily need artillery. But even then, I might be taking a artillery mech. I don't know. Because, admittedly, SSC, questionable actions of SSC aside, that was the one that was most appealing when I was going through things. Mm-hmm. So, with the build in mind, considering that we are probably going to be a evasive little fucker. Like in, out, and possibly screwing up everything. What would you suggest?
Honestly, Metal Mark.
Alright, okay. So I'm actually going to go back and we are going to show the audience what our Metal Mark actually looks like. Which is ninja? Samurai? Mixture of the two?
A little bit of both.
But the Metal Mark is the backbone.
You don't have to go back. You don't have to go back. You can just click on the frame when you're in the choice.
I've got it in a separate tab, and I don't necessarily want to unlock it just yet. Okay. But the backbone of SSC's Bella Ciao mil-spec chassis line, fully equipped with a comprehensive suite of something design and engineering hallmarks to ensure its survivability, deadliness, and agility. Under the increasingly militaristic reign of the Union's Second Committee, which that's probably going to come up, the SSC's corporate board pushed to develop the company's mil-spec supply, logistics, and personnel defense divisions following the advent of the mechanized chassis, and the budding SSC Sublogdiff division was restructured and refocused to concentrate on chassis development. I'm not going to do a full-on read-through, because, yeah. The point is, the goal is to be in, stab, out.
Yep.
So this will be a striker frame. So we actually have our licensing selection. The SSC Metal Mark 1, which I assume that's what we're going to do. hangar feature. Is that just something for creating our own mechs?
Hang on.
Because if that is,
No, that's for putting your mech together.
oh, okay.
We're also going to go through bonds, so that you can
Bonds.
The bond. I'm going to go with the.
I've got a bond power.
Yes, there are a variety of bonds. In the thing, the game we got thus far, the Titan, which is your like tanky
Yep.
I can lift up a fucking mech.
No, she's
kind of person. The Harlequin. Yeah, the Titan can with absolute meat. They can push, lift, or drag a vehicle, mech, or other tremendous weight a short distance.
I mean, she's tough, but she's not that tough. The Harlequin, which is
the Titan has been taken, the Harlequin has been taken, and the Match has been taken.
Yep. So we got Pathfinder, which I want to say that the Pathfinder is more of a jack of all trades type.
Yeah.
The builder,
which is more of the like. So I'm something up the Harlequin is more of the like kind of your roguish type. The Titan is the big, bulky person. Pathfinder is sort of a jack of all trades. The builder is like a mender, like a crafter / medic.
mm-hmm. And then Magus has been taken.
Yeah, Magus is just ADHD.
The
wolf is Alucard from Hellsing. Right down to go for a walk.
If you go off by yourself to accomplish a task, name your goal, you'll return to the next scene successful, having accomplished it off screen, but the GM chooses one. Okay. You come back hurt, taking 2 stress. The task was too dangerous or accomplished alone. That when you return, they'll also tell you what exactly needs to be done to finish it. Honestly, the wolf makes sense.
Alright.
Considering what I've told you, the wolf makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so what actually gives me power?
You want to level up your bond as well, so you can get a second bond.
Well, first things first, let's figure out the quote-unquote quirks of this character. So what actually gives me power? A long time spent alone in the cold, a time you'd rather forget, a hard and bitter upbringing, or a collection of blades, polished and well used. We're gonna do a long time spent alone, because she was an experiment turns nomad, so she was alone for a good chunk. Minor ideal. My pain or weakness has become apparent despite my efforts to hide it. That is awesome. I got someone to back down or back off. No. Yeah, we're actually going to go with that. My pain or weakness has become apparent. And then what must I keep hidden? This one's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
This one's gonna hurt real bad. Because it's gonna be the person you most care about, which is her wife. Okay. So then select bond powers. So the wolf powers. I can only select one.
You also level up your pilot, level up the pilot skill, and track mark pilot go all the way to 8.
So all of that to gain bond power. Correct?
Yeah.
Confirm? Okay, so I've got
Gain bond power. So then I have 2.
so I've got 2 powers available to me. I'm going to add it's nothing because that makes sense. And then veteran powers. Can you explain those real quick?
Those are not available to you yet. You need to put at least 4 powers, or at least 2 powers in from your bond, your wolf bond.
Okay.
Then you can take another power from another book, and it gives you a special thing depending upon your bond. We can explain that more later.
Okay. I don't want to go for a walk because that's gonna put you in like how do I explain it?
Well,
It's yes, it is in character for her to do that. However, it's going to put extra stress on the rest of the party, which goes against me as a player. So it's like
do it.
I'm going through the rest of the options.
No balls. Come on.
Are you actually okay?
I want actually do it.
Noah, like serious. Friend to friend,
Yes.
are you actually okay with it?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right.
I have that bond power a lot anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna try and bully you out of choosing something else. I'm just if you think that's a cool power and it's in character, yeah,
It's cool and it makes sense. And also the fact that I paired it with it's nothing.
This is a very set. Yeah.
So we'll just do that. Those are.
Last thing we gotta do.
And the last thing we gotta do
for the pilot level. The pilot is level up one more time. Going through the motions. You just gotta pick another thing.
So increase level to level 2.
Survive.
And
he's really good at what he does. Yep.
I'm actually going to put another. I'm going to put a point into read a situation, which is fine. And then bonds. Considering we are at pilot level 2, I'm just checking. Oh. So, Noah, I could have a second license.
Yes, so here's the thing about the second license. You only unlock your frame at license level 2.
Okay. So, if I'm hearing that right, I can have the second license, but I can't get access to the mech until. Okay.
You won't get access to either one of your 2 mechs. You will only have access to fine, because honestly, one of the best frames in the game Just because, yeah, it's not great at anything, but it also doesn't have any true weakness either. It's an all rounder. It's good at everything. It's not necessarily
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
excellent at one specific thing.
Um, I think I'm just gonna
So if you want to
do.
have your good.
I think I'm just gonna do Metal Mark 2 right now,
Yep.
and then as the story progresses,
To get
if I want to get another license.
yep. Yo, there you have it.
So I can actually select
Now
some things now.
now
Um,
we get to have some fun with the adding a new map. And again, another metal mark. I don't seem to call this one Chimney.
don't mind me just looking at what my mech can do. Because that would be amazing.
The first thing we want to do is you're gonna scroll down and get the option for your weapons, and this thing has three weapons. This guy has two mounts, has an ops and a main. So we give the stock knife because it has the access to the stock knife, and then we're gonna give it another.
Yeah, I got a talent point.
Oh, the stock knife is energy, right? Energy and bird. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So we're actually gonna do knife juggler. So gain a thrown 5 if they don't already. And at the end, all the weapons I have thrown automatically return to
Okay, let's
me,
also have him good.
which is awesome.
We got the rail rifle here. Heavy weapon.
Narrative profile. Oh, hey Noah, should I worry about the pilot weapon, pilot
Yeah.
gear stuff, or no?
No. That's all replaced by your barn.
Okay. And don't need to worry about that. So I think we're good. Oh, special equipment.
With the special equipment.
In the tactical profile, there's a special equipment tab.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. And then I've got the rail rifle,
Yeah, none of that really matters. This thing.
which I'm seriously hoping that we actually do go through combat at some point.
Yeah, not necessarily on the stream, but the first thing we're gonna do when we stream this is gonna be a tactical simulation. Because I do have shit to do, not immediately, but
Yeah, we don't have to worry about like going through the motions for combat right now. And considering that I also have another stream to set up for,
yeah.
But now that we actually have the character set, I think we've got a good basis at least.
Yeah.
And then
so this is the metal mark is the shock knife and the rail rifle.
Yep.
And these things are. Oh, maybe I should get nuclear cavalry for this guy. There's a lot of heat here, so. And then I added segment knife for another auxiliary. And then I gave it the heavy.
Oh wait, where did you add that? Because I get the feeling that
a lot of energy. You skipped it.
I might have.
Go to your mech handler. Start putting it together.
Oh. Okay. So metal mark. Oh.
putting together. Yeah.
Okay. I wish
So we got
I wish I was paying attention.
a jackknife, a rail rifle,
Real life, anxious unrequited relationships, pale stupid, pale stupid and dumb. Harvester's the call sign, so what the hell do I call this thing? I kind of want to call it Vulture because it kind of it fits the vibe.
Yep. That'll work.
So we will register the new Mac, and
so we've got flash charges with this.
got our mech attributes.
Got some mines. We're gonna equip those. We have a certain amount of system points that we can spend, and I believe it actually tells us how many. Yeah, it tells us how many we have remaining.
Yeah, which is nice.
Remaining.
So
Take reactive weave.
I don't need the heavy mount.
Pattern A snow charges. More speed. More speed.
Metal Mark 2, operator notes now. Okay. Noah.
I always take personalizations because it just gives you 2 additional hit points or 2 additional HP for your mech.
So I assume that auxiliary mounts are smaller weapons, or
yes, auxiliary weapons are smaller. They're like a dagger, right? They're the smaller like.
Okay.
They're meant for dual wield.
Okay. I am actually going to be doing knives because I actually have the second trait of Hunter unlocked, which means any thrown knives automatically return to me at the end of the turn, which is nice.
Yep.
And then segment knife, because that will actually have a thrown range of 5 considering my talents.
Yes.
And then the main weapon, do I have access to that right now? Or no?
That's gonna be a rail rifle.
Okay, that's gonna be the rail.
Give me a rail.
That's gonna be the rail. We don't have any heavies.
Heavy mount, give me whatever you want.
We do have heavies.
Yes, you do have heavy, yeah.
Okay, what?
Whatever you want.
Well, I don't necessarily want to go full knife, but I might. What is the Tempest Charge Blade? Ooh, that is. Ooh, that inflicts knockback.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's also super heavy, though.
True.
Remember?
Yeah, that's a.
Remember how super heavies work?
Yeah, that's a super heavy. Tactical melee, which shotgun, which is COB. The thermal lance, that's gonna put me at kind of a disadvantage. Thermal pistol, which is auxiliary. Ooh. The thermal rifle is interesting. Just putting that on the heavy mount, that could be fun. And then system, which we've got armament
Also, the
Armament redundancy.
reliable tag,
Hmm?
which basically like do addition. Reliable allows you to, if you don't do, if you do less damage than your reliable to your reliable trait, so like
Mm. Custom paint.
yeah, that's actually nice system. Because the chance to just like no structure damage, just scratch the paint.
Yeah, so expanded compartment manipulators. Manipulators might actually be interesting. Jericho deployable cover. Which that could also be interesting considering it could give extra cover to myself and or others.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke grenades, which again makes sense. Hex charges, which those are not smoke grenades; those are actual grenades. Personalizations.
Personalization.
The jump jet system, which
Two
is
hit points.
it would be nice, but eh. Oh, that's right. The flash chargers and the reactive weave.
Yeah, you're gonna want to add those on.
So yeah, we're definitely going to add these. And then that's 3. Can I have up to 6 or?
Yes.
Oh, I can have up to 6. Okay, cool. Then we're definitely doing the smoke charges for that one. And that puts me at 1 point remaining.
Personalizations, 2 hit points.
Might as well, right?
Yeah. More hit points is.
Okay, so what's the
appreciated.
what is the minor modification I've actually made?
What?
Because yeah. I'm thinking that it is.
What is it then?
I'm thinking it's some sort of reflective plating.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes me a little bit hard to spot, but it also makes me a little tankier.
Yeah.
Alright. So, we got the rail rifle, we got the shock knife, we got the segment knife, and we've got the thermal rifle in the back.
Yep. Alrighty. I believe that will fill it all out. That's everything.
Oh man, Vulture is looking. Vulture is looking awesome.
Oh yeah, and I'll just show off the thing that I built, the tanky boy. Pilot roster, and we'll go Strife. Name is Arkin. He is, incidentally, also a super soldier. Currently 17.
Crazy question, Noah. Do you
Super
want
Soul
these
just
two to
puts
be
it in different
somewhat
ways.
related, or like from a
do
different
what?
project?
Well, okay, so my shtick with him is that his whole shtick is that he has seen firsthand the horrors of all four of the primary fucking whatever they are manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
He's experienced the shit that SSC does to you with its eugenics programs. He's been forced to participate in Harrison Armory's war crimes. He's experienced firsthand the horrors of Horace's dangerous fucking NHP Eldritch Math shit. And
Yep.
after he left that, he went to go work for fucking IPSN and saw what they were fucking doing. It's like, oh, I don't like any of these people. I don't want to work with any of them.
Yep, and just did the nope. Oh. So yeah, well, Brooke probably doesn't know him. She knows of him.
Yeah. You get salt because, combat boy.
Oh yeah.
+2 to lead or inspire. +2 to full rank. +2 to survive. +2 to threat. For Bond's Titan, he has a variety of things that give him his powers. There's a variety of like his own strength, his own the cybernetics that he's been implanted with, and the Eldritch map that just sort of exists in him. So
Mm-hmm.
really curated arsenal because he doesn't want to take too many risks for that. His his bond power is absolute meat, which if you concentrate and grit your personal strength versus on superhuman. To roll skill check. Stress is basically hit points uh, for your pilot outside of Netcom, right? You take 2 stress and roll a skill check to do one of the following: burst through a wall, door, or floor, even reinforced with nothing but your body. Lift, push, or drag a vehicle, mech, or other tremendous a short distance. Withstand forces beyond the human body, such as gale force winds, a mech's strength, or the pull of the void.
Oh boy.
You know the scene in Infinity War when they're forging fucking Stormbreaker?
Yeah. He actually did that.
That's one of the things that I'm thinking of for that.
Fair
It's just like
point.
a thing that he's done. And also there's nerve that he took. The first time you take any amount of stress in a session, ignore it.
Oh wow.
Tough boy.
Yeah, he's a tough boy.
Uh, like I said, while I'm the paladin, while I'm the paladin, you're more the dark knight.
Um.
Like just the bonds, right? The wolf bond is the dark knight to the Titan's paladin.
Yeah. And I do expect that Brooke and your character in question aren't necessarily going to get along right away. Mainly because of the juxtaposition of the wolf and the Titan.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's just the fact of like his heart of iron, his heart of not that you don't have a heart, but
she's not supposed to show it very
his heart
much
that
around
comes
other
off.
people.
Yeah, he is more of an open book. He's more open with his emotion
Mm-hmm.
than what others might think he should. Uh, he also has for his for his he has 2 hull and 2 agility. because I wanted his friend or his Tortuga to be a little bit faster, you know. And it also gives him an average evasion of 8.
Hang on. I should
Eight,
see.
8 is average.
Well, if
8 to 10 is usually average.
I'm looking to see, mine's 12, so I'm slightly above average.
Yes. Let's see here, and then moving on to. Well, that's where his Tortuga. Let me go. Yeah, let's actually go in the back hangar. And Siegebreaker. This is the Tortuga. Big. Wait, he's a size 2 chunker of a unit.
Yeah,
Actually, let's go through.
he's the big boy.
Let's go through and read off what your frame traits are.
Frame traits. So I've got Flash Cloak,
Yeah.
which is the metalwork is invisible while moving but reappears when stationary. And then Carapace Adaptation. When the metalwork is in soft color, ranged attacks receive a +2 difficulty instead of a +1. Yeah, I am definitely the scouting type of character.
Yeah. As far as the attributes for him, he has got. Oh yeah, sorry. For his traits, I should sorry. Sentinel. The Tortuga gains +1 accuracy on all attacks made as reactions. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then Guardian. All adjacent creatures can use the Tortuga for hard cover.
Nice. Well, considering you are also an absolute unit of a mech.
He's a size 2 mech.
Like I said, you're an absolute unit of a mech.
Big boy. Structure 4, stress 4. HP. He's got 15 of that.
Same.
He also has 2 armor.
I've only got 1 armor, so.
So anytime he takes damage, he reduces the damage that he takes by 2.
Okay, that. Okay.
His heat cap is 6.
Heat and repair capacity for me are 5.
7. His attack bonus is +1. That's all just based off pilot grade. Yep. He also has tech attack of +1, so he can scan fuckers with tech attacks.
I don't have tech attacks just yet.
Well, you can do any sort of attack. You just don't have a +1 to it.
Ah, fair.
Limited assistance bonus +0 because I didn't put anything into engineering yet. Speed is a 4. Evasion is 8. E-defense is a 10. Sensor range, which is how far it can see out, is 15. And save target is 11.
Okay. So, save target's the same. My sensor range is 10. E-defense is 6. Evasion is 12. And speed is 6. So yeah, my job is to be ahead of you.
ASN Tortuga Core System. Watchdog Copilot. Active. Hyper-reflexive mode. This is the protocol. So a protocol is sure that I'm remembering correctly. Whoa.
I mean, my protocol is Tactical Cloak, which makes me invisible for the rest of the scene.
Yeah.
Like I said, where the fuck did I go? And then we don't necessarily need to get into what weapons and systems just yet. But
So,
I hope this actually
protocol
saves.
is hyper reflexive mode. Yeah, it will. If you have less than if you have less than a three threat with a ranged weapon, it increases to three. Once per round, you may take an additional Overwatch reaction. By the way, Overwatch is the attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Reactions, those are per turn, not per round.
Heck, well, that could be really good or really bad.
Yeah. Any
uh,
character you hit with Overwatch becomes immobilized until the start of their next turn.
like I said,
Moving on to
that could be really good, really bad.
yeah. Moving on to his loadout, he's got the Deck Sweeper automatic shotgun, a range 3 shotgun with threat 3, and it does 2d6 kinetic damage. The only downside is it's inaccurate. Big deal with Vanguard and Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
And then his heavy mount is the Deck Sweeper automatic shotgun.
Oh
That's
boy.
a limited one, but it is. Oops, I had the right thing. Oops, hang on. What? You didn't do that in that way. His heavy weapon is the Daisy Cutter. Limited 2. Own 7. 6.
Mm-hmm.
On attack, it's a cloud of smoke and just in cone, providing soft cup in the up area that lasts till the end of your next turn.
Crazy question, and it's about soft cover. Can you actually have multiple sources of soft cover at any given time?
I no, it's a soft arm.
Okay.
For systems, there's ammo case because I took the walking armory. Grant personalizations.
Mm.
There's uh, Siege Ram allows him to do more kinetic damage, and AP kinetic damage objects in terrain. So you can just Kool Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Because of course you
Places.
can.
There's custom paint job that I took.
Because yeah, of course.
Pattern B hex charges. Explosive mines. Area denial. Fuck you.
Okay, so you
Were you
took.
standing there? No, you weren't.
Yeah, you took the damage route, whereas I took the stealth route. Because I've got the flash grenade and the pattern A smoke charges.
Yeah. And then there's expanding compartment. Your mech has space for an additional non-mech character or size 1/2, or objects of size 1/2 provided the passenger in the cockpit. While they are on top of that, they cannot suffer any effect from outside or be targeted by attacks as if they were the pilot. You can hand over or take control from them as a protocol.
Why do I get the feeling that May is going to be in that spot a lot of the time?
Oh, he's not. No, he's not. He's just going to be on the shoulder.
Oh.
May is packing and boarding.
All right.
Hack support stuff. But yeah, I believe that's everything. Actually, let me just take.
I think. Yeah, I'm just going to double check. There we go. Harvester brings up to the narrative profile. Love it. But yeah, I think I will be using this predominantly when I stream, or at least when I'm streaming my side, and then I will transfer roles and token movements through Roll20.
Yep.
If that is okay by you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Yeah. I think that'll do it for this stream. It might be a bit of a shorter stream, but wanted to explain how Lancer works a little bit, or how to create a character here. There's a few more rules and stuff that we can get into. What we can get into them.
Yeah, we'll get into those as they come up during play.
Yeah.
But I hope that you guys enjoyed this little stream.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all so much for watching, and you all be
Like, comment, subscribe, follow, ring that notification bell.
I mean,
you know.
Help, I mean, sorry. All the fun stuff.
All the things.
And as always, we'll catch you later.
I will see my crew at 4 o'clock for a trip back to Paldea. Until then,